Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow, you know? Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go.
What, man?
Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow, you know? Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
If the story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about my dad. My real father didn't know, so I was lucky to have the kind of dad with integrity that knew one day that life ill surely would come for me. And they did. His only blood child was alive on the other side of town. It's hard to know how she felt because she hardly came around. Maybe she was mad at her daddy. He's here with me, not with her where he's supposed to be. Feel me? But daddy had a couple secrets of his own. Working up in them schools, couldn't leave those young girls alone. Now the rumors started catching up. What they say, said you tried a little something, something. She's in the 5th grade. After job was classic. Used to strength from my mom, but couldn't beat that sexual harassment. I guess it was an addiction of some sort you couldn't shake that kept coming back, eating food off our plates.
Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow? No. Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow? You know. Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
Now if the story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about school. I used to go every day. That's what my mom made me do. I gotta admit that I was good at first. Then 3rd grade, before you knew it, I became the worst. Who could say I still went every day? But my mind wasn't there. Started falling behind, but really who fucking cared? Not the teacher, she just wanted the kids to greet her. Say good morning, Mrs. Williams, in the afternoon when you leave her. A real bona fide diva. I failed that year, I should have failed the next, but I would have been bigger than the other kids. All of a sudden I'm not like all the other kids. My best friend's moving on, I gotta start again. I see school ain't for me, I just let time pass. The teachers never tried to help, they just let me pass. Only a matter of time before I drop out. Man, they say they need more money with a cop out.
Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow, you know? Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow, you know? Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
If this story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about Keem. He was the man on the block, the black American dream. Fly leather coats and butter Timbs, what he sportin'. Before they even had the streets, he had them Jordans. Remember looking up to him like a big brother. Always had an eye to cash, had to be good with numbers, never pen and paper. Kept everything in his head, a cherry red Benz with no registration. They say you live by the gun, you gon' die by it. And if you laugh in the hood, you gon' cry by it. A real nigga got killed just the other day. Didn't even make the news, but what could they say? A child hero's gone, somebody talk to him. I could see his soul as it walked through him, telling me to stop, turn around and run away before another kid sings a song another day.
Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow, you know? Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow, you know?
another episode of the Artistry of. And who are we brought to? You guys, that's what you might be asking. Well, my friends, we are brought to you by Butch House, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA of Charleston, West Virginia. That is right. So you've been wanting to learn Jiu-Jitsu for a while now, but you didn't know where to go. Well, my friends, go to advancedbkj.com and get started today. You no longer have to worry about somebody taking you to the ground, pounding you out. With the techniques that you're learning at advancedbkj.com, you can withstand the takedown, reverse the mount position, and finish like a true champ. We're also brought to you by fitlu.com. That is right. You've been wanting to learn this base for a long time, but where are you going to go to purchase an axe? That's the question. Where are you going to go so that you can have an instrument that will last as long as your musical endeavors take you? My friends, go to fitlu.com and pick up an axe. Purchase one or two, like I say, Fitlu Challenge. Even if you don't know how to play, buy an axe and just walk through the mall and see what happens. I promise you, you're going to like how they treat you. Last but definitely not, SoulKnowsMusic.com. That is correct. SoulKnowsMusic.com. You've been wanting to learn the piano? Well, go to BoKnowsMusic.com, create a free account, and get started today. Start learning, building your foundation, even have it as a supplement to your live teacher that you see every week. BoKnowsMusic.com. And we're out. There's only one other thing to say.
Let me introduce you to Bo Miles, a unique and likable guy. Everyday life, friends and family makes up the artistry.
All right, here we are. We have Chris Crockett here with us to talk about boxing, acting, and being an activist for the youth. Stepping up for the youth and being there so that they have a role model. Chris, Crockett, I should say.
How you doing?
What's up, man?
How you doing? How you doing, man?
What's that?
I'm good to be on the show.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good to have you. You know, it's definitely good to have you. I always, get excited when we have somebody who's ready to be a servant for the community. Because that's what we don't have a lot of.
Yes, sir.
Now, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Chris Crockett. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Born and raised Cincinnati, Ohio. Half my family from down south Tennessee area, but most majority of my life I've been in Cincinnati. Growing up, I was the middle child, so I probably was the most that got in trouble. But I was a middle child, and my mom ended up marrying, and I fell in love with the sport of boxing. My stepfather first took me to the gym about 11 years old, 12. From that moment on, I felt like a whole different person, just learning the techniques and the arts of boxing. Honestly, growing up, I was really my mother was a single mother until she got married. growing up, I didn't have like an older brother to, guide me. I didn't have a father to guide me. So I was really, just trying to find the best way to just stay under the radar, be able to experience, life-changing events like traveling and stuff like that. And through boxing, I got to experience a lot of traveling. I got to travel a lot of different states like Texas and, California, Chicago, Kansas City, Missouri, stuff like that.
What weight class are you now?
Right now, I'm fighting about 178, like cruiserweight, 175. Yes, sir. But when I won when I won the regionals about a year back, I actually fought heavyweight. So I'm so I'm kind of jumping around.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
But I'm jumping around from Excuse me.
What's the hardest fight for you, cruiserweight or heavyweight?
Honestly, I gotta say, it seems like maybe cruiserweight's been my hardest competition, honestly. And I don't know if it's because, typically when I weigh in about, as a heavyweight, the most I've weighed in, and the heavyweight in amateur league is fighting 201. Anything past 201 is considered 201 plus, which is like super heavyweight. But I weighed in about 190, 195, 192. A lot of times, like, the guy had it put 10, 12 pounds on me, but I thought those my easier fights was the heavyweight Kentucky fights. But yeah, man, those cruiserweight guys, man, are fast, man. They're real fast, and I like that division. Yeah, it's a lot of talent in that division.
Yes. Yeah, speed kills. You got that little weight and speed behind it. It's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I never knew how much a couple pounds, I put on you, or put off of you would do,
Yeah.
Mhm. But so with the boxing, what'd you say?
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, with the boxing, like I said, like as far as boxing, just being in boxing period has opened up a lot of doors for me. When I won the regionals in boxing in 2014, I got the chance to experience going out of town with it's a kind of a famous guy from where we are in Cincinnati, Ohio. We have the Roses Pizza, so I got to go out of town with Buddy LaRoses himself, and I got to fight in the Nationals, and just give it like an honor, like represent your city and stuff like that. But besides that, I got to do a Don Cheadle movie through boxing. Don Cheadle had filmed a movie out in Cincinnati called The Story of Miles Davis, and when he made The Story of Miles Davis, they were looking for talent out of the local area, and somehow my name was slid through, and they asked me. They called the gym and they asked about me, and they said, hey, man, if you make a quick video of how you move and how you box and stuff like that, and I'm like, sure. And a couple of days later, I get a message saying, hey, you're perfect. We're looking for you. And from there on out, I was like so geeked and amped up to just the honor to work with Don Cheadle, man. I mean, this guy's great. You know what I mean? So that was like one of the best. That was one of the best feelings ever. But not only that, just to top it off, working with the whole cast set and everything. These guys, they use my real name, and that was like a total booster. And in my life, like it's like not only is it like a movie, a premiere and stuff like that, and it's legit. And you're working with Don Cheadle, but they use my real name, so that kind of like made me feel like I was like building my brand, boosting my brand, And 3 of my goals like in life was boxing. I would love to be, being like the line. I love being in limelight as far as boxing, but I would love to like act and continue that, that role in life of just fulfilling that, that dream. But also, it gave me a chance to like start working with a lot of different like youth and kids and stuff like that, and without even trying, I mean, just going to the gym, groups of kids would just fall under your wing, and they just want to be just like you, and they want to act like Jack. So you really got to watch what you do and say, and you really gotta, it's a responsibility as well as an honor,
Right. Now, what I'm not too familiar with the Cincinnati area. Which part did you grow up in? Is it rough area? I mean, how would you describe where you grew up at?
Where I grew up at, you said describe where I grew up at?
Yeah, like what is it a rough area? Is it like
I feel like every city has its goods and bads. Honestly, I feel like as a whole, the city of Cincinnati is a great city. As far as crime and poverty, man, I mean sometimes that'll change, like kids who's getting down the right path, to change their mind because either one, they want to keep up, with their friends or quote keep up with the Joneses in a way. And sometimes, like the people that they're around or the people that they see on an everyday basis, it's not like, they're bad people or they're influencing people in the wrong way or a negative way. But it's like, sometimes kids see guys with big cars or sometimes they see guys, with nice jewelry on and they want that. They want to, they want to get to that stage in their life that they feel, as if, they're, able to, have the fruits and the labors of, just having, just your way of life. You know what I mean? Like some kids, like they don't realize, like I know, like me personally, honest to God, I've never owned a pair of Jordans in my life, and honest to God, man, like I probably had maybe 1-2 pair of shoes for like the whole year. You know what I mean? And it's like I grew up like that. I grew up, with a pair of shoes and maybe a pair of combat boots, you know what I mean? It's like and hitting the trenches with the combat boots. And it was like, honestly, I mean, I literally wore them until the soles fell off. And it's like, growing up, I had, sometimes kids would, pick if I didn't have the same thing they had. But at the same time, my character and my demeanor and who I was as a person, that outbrided any pair of shoes or any, any clothes or anything like that. And that's one reason why I decided I want to start working with the youth. And so what me and my friends do, like around right now, I'm working on it's a foundation right now. It's the Pay the Way Foundation, but it's actually for people. It's basically nobody's perfect. My friend right now, he has a clothing line out. It's called Yako. I mean, you can find it online. But, it's nobody perfect, man. Everybody's different. And,
right.
a week after I did this Don Cheadle movie, I mean, just listen to my rising actions. I go to the regionals. I go to the nationals. I fight in the internationals, stuff like that. And next thing you know, I do a Don Cheadle movie. Life can't get any better. A week later, I'm working. I'm at work. I box, but at the same time, I still have duties. I have a little girl. She's 4 years old. Her name's LaBria Crockett, you know what I mean? That's my dog. I love her to death. But I have a little girl, and you have to work. You got deals and stuff like that. So, I'm at work, and it's a typical day. I mean, I'm amped up. I have a fight coming up. This is about August. I did the movie around let's say August 10th. My birthday is July 18th. Okay, July passed. I do the movie. August 19th, I'm at work. A month and 1 day after my birthday, I'm at work. And it was just a typical day. I was on the router. I had the router job. And the router is basically, it's a table router. It's a saw. And basically, you're cutting from anything from foam to metal. So I'm on this router. And at the time, I was routing foam blocks for these bakery blocks. And so I'm routing. And I went through hundreds of these blocks throughout the day. I've probably been at work for about 9-10 hours. And so I looked up, and this one in particular block it was stuck on the router. Like, I kept trying to push it, and it was stuck. So, I'm at work, so I got to get it done. So, I put a little bit more momentum on it, and the moment I push, my hand get caught in the table router, and it's basically 4 spinning blades. So it hits my right dominant hand, and it struck my right index finger, my right middle finger, and my right ring finger. And the moment it hit my finger, the moment it hit my hand, blood everywhere. My my two fingers, my index and my middle finger was like instantly like severed so bad that they had to amputate it to the knuckle, which is considered the second digit. And so I'm considered, I'm considered full loss of those two fingers. And my right finger, which was the only one that they can save, I have 2/3 loss to that finger. Basically, if you was to bend your finger at the lowest digit without bending the top part, is what basically how I can move that finger. Yeah, and so I mean, at this moment in time when it first happened, man, I mean, the first thing, and it's so crazy, I didn't cry. The first thing I thought about was my career. That's the only thing I thought about. I'm like, man, my career, like, and it's like, when the ambulance came and everything, and they're doing the checking the heart rate and stuff like that. From boxing, my heart rate was so low. They're like, man, like they were kind of scared. But it's like at the same time, from my training and stuff like that, like I was able to calm my body down. Luckily, but I was bleeding pretty bad. So it was like that was one thing. But the reality of it didn't hit me until the next day. And I literally, when I say I woke up and I thought I was in a dream, nightmare, I woke up and I thought I was in a nightmare. I was really like to the point that, I went back to sleep and I just wanted to wake up. And then I just knew it wasn't me. I knew I wasn't in that situation. So once I woke up and I'm like, man, this is real. The depression kicked in. And it's like, one thing about depression, people don't realize that you're depressed. And one thing about depression is it eats you away from the inside. And if you don't let it out, if you don't find a way to channel that it'll break you down. Because honestly, I've never felt like this ever in my life. And I'm glad that I'm over this. And I'm glad I've overcame it. But I wanted to kill myself, man. I was like, I was at a point, man. It felt like, I had an entourage. It felt like I had people behind me. And the moment I got hurt, I felt like E.T. I felt like, I was like from a different planet. Yeah, I felt like from a different planet, and I was really thinking about suicide. And when I say that, it's like, it's one of those things that you kind of just feel like your life is over. Like, even though you're still breathing, even though, you still have your other limbs, like, you just want to kill yourself, man. It's like, man, I might as well just kill myself because I don't want to deal with this for the rest of my life. And that's how I felt. But, I'm glad I got good friends around me and stuff like that. And honestly, like one of my friends, he actually lost his right leg from amputated from the hip. Who was 10 years old because he had cancer in his leg, and somehow it was spread, and so they had to amputate his whole leg. And he came through, man, and he told me, like, man, bro, when y'all was sitting back, playing basketball, doing this, doing that, brother, I was just sitting back watching y'all. And it's like I had to still get outside the house. My mom wasn't going to let me stay out, in the house. So, he said, yeah, man, it seemed like I was cool, but, brother, I was crying. I was messed up. And it's like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And it's like, I've never been in a situation where I can just be, sit and just be talking to somebody, and then next thing you know, tears and tears and tears and tears and tears is just dropping. And, they had me on a lot of different medicines, but, it was certain medicines that, that I just felt like it wasn't good for my body at all, man. I felt it. And it was like, and when the moment, I stopped taking that medicine, I felt myself coming out of that state of depression. And, like I said, man, that right there.
Man, do you remember which medicine it was that you felt like was kind of, pulling you in that state?
Yeah. Yes. It was, they had me on the rotten. And I believe, I forgot the actor who played Miss Doubtfire, but I believe he was on the rotten as well. But I'm not familiar. I don't want to quote that, but I'm pretty sure he was on the rotten as well. But the rotten,
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah. And the rotten is actually a medicine they use for people with epilepsy. But in a situation like me, where I got two fingers amputated to the last digit, and stuff like that, it's supposed to help nerves. But let me tell you, it turned my nerves the opposite way. It turned my nerves into something that was actually dead. It was deadly. You got it?
Yeah.
But I mean, that neurotin, like I said, like I don't feel like the doctor. I don't feel like he was trying to lead me down the wrong path, and I honestly believe, maybe in the medical field, that was the best route through that they felt as if I should, take. But when I was taking that medicine, I didn't eat for two. Let me tell you the truth. When I first got her, brother, I didn't eat for almost 2 weeks. I didn't have a bowel movement for almost 2 weeks, and that was unheard of to me. I literally woke up one day and realized, like, I haven't used the bathroom, man. Like, I haven't used the bathroom in almost a week and a half. And it was like that depression, man. Like, I wasn't eating, and I was still taking those pills, and I was taking pain pills. And it was like the best thing I could have did was get off that medicine. And it was like, throughout that situation, like I said, throughout that situation, I still got people looking at me, and they're like, man, I can't tell, brother, that you even going through anything because you just as tough as nails. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, like I tend to, as a warrior, man, as a fighter, man, you might get hurt, man. You might have a guy that hit you with a nice combo. It might hit you with a nice body shot to the point that, that you hurt really bad, but a lot of times he don't beat you, you beat yourself. It's like you giving up, or it's like you showing your hand. So I was real good at like covering it up, but people didn't realize what I was going through. Like I would be in the shower and I would scream at the top of my lungs, like, and at the time, at the time it was like, it's not planned, man. It's like, you just feel it's like a rage, and it comes out of nowhere. And it was like I was going through the psychologist, and I had to deal with them twice a week. And I was dealing with therapy and stuff like that. And honestly, like I said, I never, like, if God is with you, who could be against you, man? And it was like I really felt like no weapon formed against me, should prosper, because like that trials and tribulations that I went through, you know what I mean? I didn't know why I was going through them, and it's like, and I felt like, why me, man? It's like, when I reached my, I guess you could say, when I reached my top of healing, and basically saying like I wasn't, the doctors felt as if like my hand, couldn't heal any better as far as like my conditioning, as far as the therapeutic part of it. And once I started working with my hand and, just putting my hand in sand and just squeezing and just working, I started realizing that, that I can probably, maybe I can, it's potentially still box again. So, I went to the doctor and, they approved me. They said, you know what, brother, if you want to fight, I'm approved. You can fight. So, that was kind of like a tip off my. But, sometimes, like I said, like in my eyes, like, I am who I am, and things happen the way they happen. But, I feel like I'm a jack of all trades. I feel like, I'm gifted in a lot of different things. And, like I said, fulfilling like an acting career or doing something like that, to the point that, I'm a silly goofy guy. I love people. I'm very diverse. And it's like, I like being on set, honestly, being on set felt like home. Being on set felt like I can do that every day. You know what I mean? But at the same time, even being able to experience that, like I was in a situation, I was at a time in my life, I had a fork in my life, and it was like, okay, I can go this way, and I can, become a good professional fighter, and this is that and third, or, maybe I can fulfill my duties in acting. Because I had just did a documentary, that they followed us to California and everything right before I had did that documentary, so it was like, it was almost a sign, but, we're going through all of that, man. Like I said, like, it definitely, the way that my community look up to me, it definitely kind of made me bounce back, because, like I said, man, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and it's like I felt like my community put together to help me, man. I mean, a lot of people came over and, cards and all that stuff, just to like let them know that they was thinking about me, and that kind of helped me a lot too, because it's like a lot of times these kids, man, like they dealing with, not only are they dealing with their peers, they're dealing with their parents, and not only are they dealing with their parents, they're dealing with the outside world looking at them. And it's like I was changing a lot of people's minds because, like, I train dogs, and it's like, and I specifically love training pit bulls because, you know, people give them a bad name, just like boxers. People feel like boxers are the most aggressive people in life, and actually, most boxers are the most, you know, funniest, outgoing, you know, down-to-earth people you'll meet. You know what I mean? And like, and same vice versa with pit bulls. Pit bulls are like the nanny dogs of all dogs. You know what I mean? And like people just give them a bad name by certain owners, and it's like, so I change people minds on that as well. You know what I mean? But like I'm all about, like I said, I'm all about.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. Was there a guard on that router that you were using?
No, actually there wasn't a guard at all, and it's like there wasn't a guard. There wasn't a guard, and you know, like I had to deal with that legal, you know, those legal, you know, matters, you know, going through that. But
so you did file suit.
Yeah, I filed a suit, and everything, you know, everything happened the way it happened. And honestly, and this is a part of the story that not necessarily I was going to leave out, but it's a part of the story that I didn't realize what God had planned. And when I say this, and you know, this is personal, man. This is going, you know, from the soul. Unfortunately, a couple months after I got my hand severed like that work, all right, I'm already going through it. I mean, I got her August 9th. So August, November, December, you know, December was Christmas. That kind of got me, you know, doing for my nieces, you know, doing for my daughters, doing for the kids. You know, that kind of made me feel good. Here come January. Here come February. Here come March. Come March, I'm just now, when I say this, like I'm just now going out. Like I done had I've been bandaged for, you know, 2.5, 3, almost 3 months, you know, on and off bandages. And it's like, I'm just now to the point, at the time I was, you know, with the mother of my child. So it's like, I'm just now at this point in my life where I'm like, man, like what do I do? Like, you know, is she gonna leave me? You know, you start thinking stuff like that. Like, is your girl gonna leave you, or you know, is this situation gonna be this? And so, you know, I'm just out. I'm trying to have a nice time and take her out. It's her, you know, it's her cousin's birthday, which is a girl, and so it was me, her cousin, you know, and a friend of hers, you know, she tagged along with us. But, you know, so we all go out, and it's her cousin, her fiance, or whatever. So we all go out. And, you know, like I said, man, God, he works in mysterious ways. And it's like, to be honest, I don't fight outside the gym. I don't believe in that. I feel like it's an art. It's a craft. I feel I'm the type of person I'll turn the other cheek. I'm going to turn the other cheek. I feel like retreat doesn't mean defeat, and, you know, all of that. But, so we go out. It's her cousin's birthday. We're having a good old time. And out of nowhere, I turn around. The mother of my child, her cousin, which is a female, are fighting 2 other females. I don't know what's going on. I'm like breaking it up instantly. Hey, stop it. Cut it out. You know what I mean? And the other party that they were getting into it with, I just felt like they didn't have any respect for women. You know, I felt like, you know, even if women get into it, like the guys that they were with, I felt like, you know, they shouldn't have just handled themselves the way that they handled themselves. But long story short, man, you know, that fight broke out. It was pretty wild, man. And, you know, I got punched in, and I was getting punched in, I was getting hit, I was getting, you know, attacked. And I do believe in turning the other cheek. You know, I did that, you know what I mean? And that situation, it kept escalating, and it kept escalating to the point that these guys followed us out to our cars. And like I said, like I'm a fighter, and I love the art of the art of combat. But I'm not the type of person that feel like, you know, just because I'm mad, I want to show you what I can do. I'm not that type of person. So I decided, you know, you guys want to do that, let me just go ahead and leave. And so I was followed out to the car, and what I did, I turn around and I see a friend of mine, which is deceased, rest in peace, Vince Brown. But a friend of mine, he's 55 years old. He's a guy. He's the type of guy that he's a real cool, laid-back guy, man. I witnessed him getting jumped by 7, 8 guys, and it's like as he's getting jumped by these guys, my mother, the mother of my child, she's getting jumped by 3 or 4 people, and she has a firearm on her, and it's like I'm at this situation where, brother, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I've never been this scared in my life, and but I'm a proactive type of guy in life, and I try to be proactive in life. So I try to do things the right way. So I have my carry and conceal, and carry and conceal just means you're able to carry and conceal a weapon and a firearm. So I have my carry and conceal, and this guy he draws a gun, literally pointing dead at the mother of my child's face, and I'm forced to discharge my firearm, and so I discharged my firearm trying to save my loved ones, trying to get us away so that we can leave. And during that situation, I was shot at over 20 times. I discharged my firearm one time, and just to eliminate the threat. And in that situation, I lost my friend. Like, my friend is 55 years old. And then when I say violence, I fought and put the gloves down, and I believe in it. Put the guns down, put the gloves up. I believe in that quote and that saying, that even in a situation, you don't have to fight every time. Sometimes you can use your brain. But in this case, they had a firearm on the mother of my child. We were outnumbered by at least, let's say 4-1 on each party. And I had my back against the wall, so I discharged my firearm, and I'm getting shot at. And this is crazy. It's like a wild, wild west where I've never been in a situation like this ever in my life. And but I was trying to use the land like an Indian. You know what I mean? And it was like I didn't want to discharge my firearm at all. But there was so much people behind the threat that was attacking me that I had no choice but to take cover and not do anything besides take cover. So that's what I did. I stay on the scene. I lose my friend. He was shot several times. One fatal shot in the face. He's 55 years old. And you know what I mean? I'm 27. And he's not an aggressive guy at all. And it's like the party that attacked us honestly didn't care for life, I feel like. And it's like I stayed on the scene. I felt like I did the right thing. I felt like, I have my life to protect myself, and I was protecting, I have the right to protect others. And it's like I did that. And 3 months later, it's already bad enough. My whole year, my rising and falling action is so close. 3 months later, I get locked up. Come May 8th, I get indicted, I guess, by a grand jury. And I'm sitting incarcerated, you know what I mean, for 18 days. Now, remind you, God working mysterious ways. If I didn't get hurt at work, brother, honestly, I probably wouldn't have got out of jail. You know what I mean? And it was like they had me at this institution. I've never been locked up before. To put me in a cell for 23 hours a day is madness. It's mad. I mean, I run 8 miles a day at least. You know what I mean? Wake up, run 3. Go to sleep. Go to work. Go to practice, run 3. Right before I go to sleep, I run 3. At least 8 miles. So for me to sit in this cell, and I'm sitting here thinking and I'm contemplating, like, man, like, what am I going to do?
Now, you got arrested for what happened?
Well, what happened was I didn't get arrested on the scene. What happened was the guy that was pointing the firearm my way and the way of the mother of my child. When I fired that shot, I told the police, I try to do the right thing. I told them the truth from get-go because I feel like, that's a lot of things. I feel like as a whole, as African Americans, and not only African Americans, but as African Americans, we have this thing in neighborhoods, and, just your communities, like, don't be a snitch, or don't do this, or don't do that. In my eyes, like, I feel like, I feel like almost scarring, like, some kids, because a lot of times, kids may go through certain things. It might be a young girl or a young guy. They might get touched, or they might, somebody might be doing things to them that they don't supposed to be doing, and it's like they have this image in their head of not being a snitch to the point that, they sit there and let things happen to themselves. But in my eyes, I felt like I was doing the right thing, and I was going to do the right thing from the get-go. So I stayed on scene. When I got locked up, when I got indicted, and they locked me up, I was literally, I just got off work. I literally just paid a couple bills, literally just got some dog food, sitting in the front with the kids. The same detectives that was sitting in my house talking to me as a victim are the same detectives that, that's pushing down on my, full force at my yard with 4 or 5 kids in the front yard, coming at me as if they, wasn't just sitting in, in my family room breathing with me. So I get indicted.
So now they were treating you as if, you were just this full-out criminal killer.
Yes. So I'm looking at the detectives like...
Let me ask you. Hey, let me ask you real quick. Did you say self-defense? Did you say self-defense, or did you say I was afraid for the safety of my family and myself and my family?
Actually,
that makes a difference in why.
It was both. It was both. Well, actually, I was already a victim from the get-go. When I say that, I was already on camera, getting punched on. I was on camera, not defending myself, but in an aggressive way, but just retreating. In Ohio, you have the duty to retreat, so that's what I was doing. But in this situation, I feel like I was definitely a victim. The guy who murdered my friend, he got found guilty on assault against me. So, like I said, like I feel as if like I was a victim from start, but because of the laws, the way that they're rolled out, and I feel like sometimes these things get altered, but because the reason why I got locked up is because they said that from get-go, they said that my discharge, they said ironically, they said ironically, like it was a girl, like the girls that were fighting, one of them, I believe it was her birthday. So ironically, I don't know how, but ironically, somehow she gets struck with a, I guess either she gets grazed or whatever, however it happened. I get locked up. They saying that I shot her, but through the situation I was going through, I know for a fact I didn't shoot any female. You know what I mean? So I'm dealing with a situation that it's a guy pointing a gun at the mother of my child and who has no respect for women, and that's the last thing that I would do. I won't put my hands on a woman, let alone, shoot a woman. So I get indicted because they said my firearm hit that woman. Remind you, the whole time getting treated like a victim. They're coming to my house, they're being in the houses, they're checking up on me, that whole nine. When I get locked up, now I'm a criminal. I'm considered a criminal because now I'm indicted. I got indicted with a felonious assault charge with a gun spec on it. Okay? Now I'm locked up. Okay? Now, from that time on, it's a whole nother ball game. So now, now I have to prove my innocence. If that's not enough, and this is going in more than what I wouldn't even do, but I feel like it may help somebody else. So I'm gonna tell the truth. If that didn't help enough, not only was I was trying to protect myself and protect others, but through that situation, unfortunately, because of the system and how unfortunately how I got incarcerated, the mother of my child, honestly, she didn't take it well, man. She didn't take it well. Like I said, through that situation, through me getting hurt at work, I did have I had some money aside, and honestly, my bond was $100,000, and I didn't have $100,000. You know what I mean? And it's like, I had like $14,000, and it's like, to be honest, the mother of my child, man, and it's the same woman that I was protecting. Honestly, when she found out I gave my mother powers of attorney, honestly, she got mad and she left me. And I was with her for 5 years, and I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. I was with her for 5 years, man. And, I didn't have any children when I met her. I have a little girl now. She's 4. But I didn't have any children when I met her. I stuck it out. I mean, I met my father when I was 16 years old, man. I moved to California when I was 16 years old. And my mother was married to my father for about 17 years, but, when they divorced, he moved to, California I was about 4 years old. And, of course, I remember little things about him, but, of course, I don't remember him. So when I moved to California at 16, it was like meeting a whole, new person. But long story short, I like kids. I love kids. So, I wanted to do the right thing by that household. And it was like when I first started dealing with her, and, of course, you're not around the kids and stuff like that when you meet a young lady. But, once I started getting around the kids and stuff like that, you know what? I fell in love with the household to the point, I wanted that, I wanted that structure. I wanted that foundation of a household. And so I did that, and I did it to the utmost. And honestly, sometimes people give themselves to people who, I'm not going to say don't deserve them, but they give themselves to people who, they give themselves to people who I'm not going to say I don't care about them. I'm not going to say,
It's called fair weather
like
lovers, bro.
What'd you say?
It's called a fair weather lover.
Yeah,
when everything's going great, they're there. When things go bad,
everything seems good. But when a situation hit, you see somebody's true colors, and it's the honest to God truth. I was with the mother of my child for almost 5 years. Okay, 5 years. Now she's 3 years older than me. I'm 27, so if you do the math, she's 30. She got married quite young, so through her getting married young, I guess she didn't handle her legal affairs, how she should have, or how, certain people would handle them. So the whole time that I'm dating this girl, she's basically married, So, so I'm dating this girl. Now, we've been dating for a while, So then, next thing you know, she pops out, it's one of those days. She's pregnant type thing, My heart just stopped. Like, oh, my gosh. Like, what do? I don't have any children. What do? I'm a man up. That's what I'm going to do. So, I did that. And it's like I didn't miss not one doctor's appointment. I didn't miss, anything like that. But I didn't get to sign my daughter's birth certificate. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't. And it was like, that hurt me. Because it was like some guys, not there at all. And I'm there every day. Haven't missed a day, and I didn't even get to sign my daughter's birth certificate. So it was like, the reason why I didn't give her a power of attorney is because she was still married. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So me doing that, like I said, caused her to go irate. And when I say that, brother, she went irate, man. Brother, before I got out, she, dang near changed the locks. She put a TPO on me, which is a temporary protection order. Which is I don't even understand that, and so she did that. If that wasn't enough, if me going to jail wasn't enough, if me, dealing with that situation wasn't enough, me getting locked up wasn't enough, her putting a TPO on me wasn't enough, she didn't come to court not once. His fake fiance didn't come to court not once. And it's like I said, I'm dealing with all of this, and it's like, and I'm still standing strong, and it's like I end up. Let me let you know this. Yes, I got charged. I got charged with it. I got indicted with a charge. Yes, that's true. If you look it up, you'll see it. It's true. But what you fail to realize is, what'd you say?
That's just a charge where you convicted.
Yeah, it's just a charge. It's just a charge. But I was found unanimous not guilty by my peers, which really wasn't my peers. But I'm glad to say this. They didn't judge a man by his color, and I can honestly say they judged me by the content of my character. And I'm honest to God, they judged the situation by the proof and evidence. And I honestly applaud those people, because a lot of times, I'm not going to just say African Americans, but young people in general always feel like someone's out to get them. Someone's, not going to treat them fair. And they did the right thing. And I felt like I deserved a unanimous not guilty, but I was just hoping for a hung jury. But a unanimous not guilty is excellent. But at the end of the day, going through all of that and realizing that I've lost so much, not only did I, lose almost lose my in 1 year. Almost lose my hand. Almost kill myself. Then I almost lose my life. Then I had to battle for my life. And then once I overcame that, now I'm trying to restart my life over. And it's like, even in that situation, like, you know, and that's going deeper. Even in that situation, the mother of my child, she still wanna make my situation harder for me, which is understand. I don't even understand it. But at the same time, I'm gonna keep persevering and I'm gonna keep striving just to be a better man. And it's like a lot of people don't even realize how much young guys watch you, how much little girls watch you. And it's like I have 4 little nieces. Just in Cincinnati, I have 4 little nieces and a little nephew by my sister. And these little girls watch me every move that I do. My little girl watch every move that I do. So it's like I want them to see a man that they like, you know, they know what a man's supposed to be. And it's like, just because you got a nice car, you got nice rims, or you got nice jewelry doesn't mean that you're a man. Just because, you know, you go to work doesn't mean that you're a man. A man is when you stand for all or stand for nothing. A man is a person who, you know what I mean, doesn't matter what the scenario is, he's going to figure out a way, you know, to overcome it. And I do feel like humans can adapt to any situation. I had to adapt to being incarcerated. I felt like a slave, man. I felt like, honestly, man, I felt like a slave, man. I felt like honestly, in some, I'm not gonna say this is in all jails, but man, you know, some of the CEOs, man, they talk to you so crazy, man. And it's like, I feel like, you know, they probably got that job because that's how they want to talk to people, and that's where they can do it at, you know. So that's where they go. But that experience changed my outlook.
Let me ask you a couple of questions. First question is, did they drop the felony charge against you?
Yeah, I was found not guilty. Unanimous not guilty.
Okay. Did you lose your CCW license?
No, I did not. I did not lose my CCW license, but because of because of the situation that the mother of my child put me through, honestly, in the most devious way, you know, that's like the total smack in the face. Not only did I go to jail for protecting her, but she, you know, like I said, that situation was placed. But right now, as of the law, I didn't lose my CCWs because of that. So no.
Okay. Now, did the NRA approach you in any way, shape, or form to land?
No, sir. Nope. The NRA never approached me in any way, shape, or form.
Did anybody tell you that you should let them know what happened?
Yes. Yes. Actually, what it was one of my friends who has an NRA license. He actually told me that that what I should have did was, if I would have had what I should have done was, if I would have had NRA insurance, then I would have I guess I would have had lawyers through them. I guess it's like a monthly insurance that you pay through the NRA, but I didn't have my NRA license at the time. At the time, I only had my carry and conceal, so I wasn't aware of that. But like I said, brother, in the whole year I experienced all of that. With 1 into 2 years, I experienced all of that, and now I'm at the point in my life that I honestly feel like what my mom told me when I was younger. She said to get the gab or get your cash, and closed mouths don't get fed. So that's why I'm here talking to you today. You know, I feel like the story that I have, man, I really feel like it's a movie. I really feel like that, and I feel like if I was to ever, just do any type of documentary about myself, man, it'd be called Boxed In, because that's how I feel. I feel boxed in, man. I feel boxed in. And when I say that, what'd you say?
Did you get back with did your lady get back with her ex-husband, or did they get back together?
No, honestly, and the honest to God truth, man. Honestly, man, when I got out of jail, I was locked up 18 days. Honest, and I'm not gonna say, I'm not proud. I'm not saying this I'm not put like this. It doesn't hurt my feelings saying this. It doesn't make me feel less of a man or anything saying this. Honestly, she did me so bad, brother, to the point that when I got out, she was put like this. She was letting guys 3 doors down that can easily walk up the street, pull into the driveway, park, be there all night with kids in the house and everything. She didn't care enough. She didn't care about none of that. Honest to God, man. The way she did me, it's like it's a total smack in the face, but at the same time, it was a total wake up because that girl left me she left me because I didn't give her powers of attorney, to be honest. And quite frankly, she got mad. She said this, quote, "You gave your mother everything, tell her to come get these dogs." And that's honest to God truth. And it's like, I don't feel ashamed talking about it because
she wants the money, she wants to control your money. And
yeah, and it was like, and I told her, I said, man, listen, baby girl, listen, I got locked up on a Friday. She came that Saturday and said, crying, boo-hooing, I'm sorry, it's my fault. She was a victim, to be honest, quite frankly, but she was a victim to begin off with. She got her hair pulled and she got punched on and swung on first. But the moment everything is dialed down and the moment, in Ohio you had a duty to retreat. So even, she got out the car. This is where, let me let you know about that case. This case is real funny because I'm on camera getting punched on. They have witnesses that my friend was getting jumped by 7 guys. They have witnesses that my girlfriend's getting, at the time, the mother of my child, is getting punched on by a guy with a gun in his hand pointed at her and other people jumping her. But the reason why they didn't give me self-defense or defense of others was because when we was walking outside of the bar, it's like a club really at night. I put her in the car. Now, remind you, we left. Even in America, they say no man left behind. That's what they say. So if I came to that club with 2 women, I'm supposed to leave with 2 women. I can't leave with the mother of my child, but then I pull up to my friend like, I left your girl because in Ohio we got the duty to retreat. You know what I mean? So at this point in time, I done got my mother and my child in the car. And so she opens up the door and say, no, I'm not leaving my friend. No, I'm not leaving her. So she goes to get her. And as she's going to get her, she gets into an altercation with this guy. And at this point in time, that's when he decides to pull his firearm on her. And so maybe she shouldn't have, she probably shouldn't have said nothing back to him, or maybe she shouldn't. But in my eyes, honestly, what's that?
Well, here's the thing. And I think this might be why they indicted you, is because you're not supposed to take a firearm into a bar. That's part of TCW.
In Ohio, as long as you're not drinking, you can carry a firearm into a bar. Did you know that?
But
did you know that in Ohio and in the States, did you know that as long as you have your carry concealed, that you can keep your firearm inside of my firearm was not on me. My firearm was in my car. You know what I mean?
And that might be why they got you, because you went back to your car to get your firearm.
See, I was leaving. I started my car to leave. Yeah. I started my car to leave. I was inside of picture yourself opening up the door.
Oh,
and remind you,
I'm CCW too, so you ain't got to explain nothing.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
He's explaining for me and the rest of the listeners.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it as in an aggressive way. I'm saying it in a way to put light to it. Yeah, I'm putting light to this. I'm putting light to this. Yeah, I have my license to carry. Yeah, so put light to this. So I'm walking outside the bar. They're following me outside the bar. Now picture yourself as a counter corner. You know a counter corner, like basically a line, and then you stop, and then put another horizontal line. So that's counter corner. Now, saying that, where I was parked, it was only 3 cars right there. I was one of them, and my friend was one of them. There was no reason why these parties were supposed to follow us around that bend. You know what I mean? No. First and foremost, you retreated. Secondly, Yeah, I retreated. And look, so as I'm putting my key into the door handle, a guy comes around the corner, which the guy that was found guilty of murder. He comes around the corner and he pulls his gun out and says, "What's up, bro? I'm strapped." Now, I'm not shaking, but I'm trying my best, my slowest, my breathing, everything. Use all of remember your training, and I'm trying to open up my door. I'm trying to open my door up. But remind you, I do have my firearm right in my center console, ready to go. I had a P11 Kel-Tec, no safety. You know, it's ready to go, one in the head. It's ready to go. Now, I'm not thinking, oh, let me grab my firearm and squeeze. That's not what I'm, discharge my firearm. That's not what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is, man, this guy about to shoot me, man. I'm thinking that. So I'm trying to get her in the car. She gets in the car. I'm ready to pull off. Her friend's nowhere to be found. Her friend literally was the reason why my friend even went back, even my friend we got separated because during the altercation, his female dropped her iPhone. It was her birthday. She had a brand new Apple phone or iPhone, whatever. It wasn't worth his life. He went back to get that phone. So that's how we got separated. And at the end of the day, I was looking through my car front shield window with a guy pointing a gun at the mother of my child. So I opened up my car door as fast as I could. At this time, he's punching on her. I mean, she's 20, 25 yards away from me. She just walked off to get her friend. So now I got to decide what I'm going to do. I got my license to fight. I got my license to carry. Now, can I fight these guys when they already got the guns out? I'm pretty sure if they point the gun at a female, they don't mind shooting the brother. So what do I do?
You saw a gun,
so
you
now
had all the right
I'm terrified. I come around that corner, I discharge my firearm one time, and I received hails of bullets. Bullet holes all in the car. Bullet holes all in the. I put his girlfriend behind a car lot right across the street from the place I was at. Bullet holes all in those cars. So they wasn't just shooting at me. They were shooting at females. They didn't care. And it's like, because she got out the car, in Ohio, we got the duty to retreat. I didn't have self-defense or defense of others because she got out the car. But before that, she was already being punched on. Before that, I was already being punched on. Before that, my friend's getting jumped. So even if she got out the car and I can't get self-defense because she got out the car, hold on, what about my friend is getting jumped by 8 guys and he's collapsed on over the ground? What about me? You know what I mean? So that was the loophole. But even through that loophole, if God is with you, who could be against you? No weapon formed against me prospered then. No weapon formed against me prospered in court. And no weapon formed against me going to prosper now. Only thing I'm going to receive is the fruits and the labors of my work. And that's striving to be a good man. That's striving to be a person that, you know what I mean, that my community can be proud to say, hey, I know dude. And that's who I am. Right now, I'm a type of person, I will give you my clothes off my back, man. I'm the type of person I can have $10 and you got a gas and I know you really got a gas, I'm gonna give you that whole $10. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you another question.
I felt like it spoke a long way. And when people got on my Facebook, because I left mine open to the public, when people got on my Facebook and stuff like that, they scrolling down, you don't see no aggressive guy. You don't see a guy I don't go out with a group of guys and sit around like I'm talking. Every time I've gone out, it's always been with my girl. I don't go out by myself. I go out with my lady and let it be that. I'm not the type of guy who go out and feel like I need a group of guys. I'm tough. I'm not the type of guy who feel like, I'm comfortable because I'm around a group of guys. One-man army, one-man band. I walk by myself, and I live and I'm going to die by myself. But at the same time, like I said, I had a vision. And when I first text you guys, on Facebook, man, I had a vision that, because the last thing I remember, and it's crazy, the last thing I remember speaking with Don Cheadle, he asked me, he said, how serious are you about your acting career? I said, you know what? I love boxing. Because he told me, he said, man, you're doing your thing, and you're doing good. And, I'm like, man, hey, thanks for using my real name. And he signed a poster board, because they had a bunch of poster boards, like a real fight, like a Floyd Mayweather fight. They had poster boards everywhere, Chris Crockett everywhere. And to the other fighters, shout-outs to John McHale. He was the other fighter. But, so they had posters everywhere, and I take a poster, and I say, man, Mr. Don Cheadle, you mind if I get it? He, brother, I'll be glad to give you, an autograph. He gave me an autograph, and he's talking to me and stuff. And I forgot the other actor name, but I had a chance to work with a couple of other guys, and one of them he just did that one movie, that Martin Luther King movie. I forgot what it's called, but he was in that movie. And it was pretty, he did his thing in that. But I got to sit and, chill with him. And at the time, I'm like, man, like, I couldn't believe it. It's like, man, like, I have this opportunity to do this and do this, but at the same time, right before my accident, I have a pro fight coming up. They like, hey, you fighting in September. You ready? This. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? So it's like, I got all these opening gates. And the moment I got hurt at work, man, I mean, it felt like the whole world just stopped. It felt like everybody was looking at me. I felt like E.T. You know what I mean? I felt like the type of person that people was gonna laugh at or something, man. I felt like I wasn't gonna be respected. I felt like my character wasn't gonna be enough no more. You know what I mean? And it's like I felt like Captain Hook, man. Is what I felt like. You know what I mean? And it's like now that I'm over everything, and I'm.
Hello?
All right, let's give him a second.
Okay.
But all right, Crockett, you there? I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Okay. Yeah. So Crockett is the only one we can't hear. So I'll text him to let him know. Yeah, he might be able to hear us. If he can hear us, just hang up and then call back in.
And text him to tell him to call back in and use the same codes and stuff again.
Yeah, man, that's pretty. That was a pretty interesting story. I really.
I'm surprised he was indicted. He's CCW, and he's encountering a hostile situation. Probably the thing he didn't do. See, Ohio requires you to retreat or call the police, and that might be why they did what they did to him. But it was an easy thing. I'm surprised he got charged with anything. One guy got charged with murder. He would have got charged with all the crimes since he was the aggressor.
Right. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I mean, so many, because these cops, man, they just look at victims or look at people and they like, look, man, we're going to give it to everybody. Like, look, they're all a bunch of niggas. Man, they're all going down.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. They probably just wanted to get his weapon from him. That's why they charged him.
Okay.
Yeah. They was trying to do it because that's felonious assault. That's the felony part. Okay. Bullet might have passed through him and hit the other, who he shot and hit the other lady. I don't know. Did he kill anybody? He didn't say, did he?
Did who? Did he kill anybody?
Or did he hit anybody besides the lady?
Yeah, he just fired that one shot, and I think it grazed her, or it or they were that's what they were trying to say, that it did hit.
Well, if they don't have the bullet, they didn't dig the bullet out of her. How are they gonna say he did it?
Right.
When there were all those shots going on.
Right, and that's what I'm guessing.
And the mere fact that when he was parked in his car, and somebody pulled a gun out, you don't have an obligation to receive at that time. You can't receive.
Right.
So,
right. I mean, yeah, it seemed like, look, man, he's this is for real.
Cincinnati's crazy down there, man. They got a thing against black people down there. That's what a University of Cincinnati police, a private cop, killed a man because of he didn't have his front license plate displayed.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah, that's
wow, man.
So they do things differently down there. They're trying to control and maintain the blacks down there.
Oh, all right. Yeah, man, that's rough. It really is, and it's a sad.
Okay, we got him back.
Oh, you back?
I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back, brother.
What you do, man? Go to the bathroom or something?
Oh, no, man, somehow the call dropped, brother. I don't know what happened. The call dropped, and I got it on speakerphone, so I didn't touch it.
Okay.
But,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm
man,
not
like
sure.
I said, the bottom line through all of that, you know, regardless of, you know, every detail of the story, like I said, man, sometimes, man, you just, you know, you really don't know what's around the corner, man. I didn't know, when I went to work that day, I didn't know that, you know, I was going to get amputated 2 fingers and almost lose the other finger. I didn't know that, you know what I mean? I didn't know that night that I was just trying to show my you know, the mother of my child a nice time and her cousin who was on birthday. I didn't know that I was going to go out. Next thing you know, I was getting shot at and I was going to lose my friend. I didn't know that when I was out barbecuing with a fire pit and dogs running everywhere and stuff like that, that whole night when we was both saying, but we just going to stay in. But the girls wanted to go out. I didn't know that was the last time that we would be eating. I didn't know that was the last time we was eating chicken that I made. I didn't know that. And it's like, but it's good out on those too. That's bad out on those. But when I say good out on those, I didn't know that, you know, I was going to go to the gym, just a regular old day at the gym, and then I get offered, you know, the honor to be in a story of Miles Davis movie. Come on. Miles Davis, man. Come on. I didn't know that. So it's like, you never know, man. And it's like, even with this situation and having the chance to deal with you guys, man, like, I appreciate, you know, what y'all doing and spreading the knowledge and stuff like that to let these kids know that at the end of the day, you know, you can pave your own way. You can pave the way. You don't have to be out here, you know, trying to just do what you see on TV and be a rapper like that. Like, you can literally come out on top, you know, business owners. Like right now, I'm just trying to figure out a way to, you know, to get some, you know, residual income right now. And it's like, you know, like, even throughout this situation, I'm not about to go and, you know, apply for SSI, like, because I got hurt. I could, but I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to work, and I'm going to continue to strive, and hopefully, you know, somebody notice. You know what I mean? But other than that, like I said, other than that, I just, you know, I like to play the way, and nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Gate code. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're entitled to a certain level of disability, at least from your job.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going back to that job. I'm not going back to that.
There should have been a guard on that router that you were working.
Yeah. See, what it was, look, the router. All right, I was working at that job for maybe, let's say, 2 months. Okay. Now, throughout that, I had just started working at that job. You know, at the time, I've been working at Hooters for over 4 years, and the reason why I loved Hooters is not only the women. I'm just joking, but another reason why I love Hooters is because, now seriously, I cook too. By the way, I wasn't on the floor, but yeah, like I love working with that company because they were so flexible with with my boxing times. Because like sometimes I would have to be out of town for like a week and come back. You know, sometimes we go to camp, you know what I mean, come back, and you know they were always, you know, flexible with that hour. So that's I used to love working for them. But it got to the point, you know, I was probably getting paid maybe $13.50, but you know I wanted a couple of dollars more, so I decided to start working at this warehouse, and it was, you know, it was good money, you know, and it's like it was good money, but like I said, I didn't know it was gonna change my life like that. But at the same time, if I didn't get caught on that router, and that situation happened, I wouldn't be able to bond out. And if I wouldn't have been able to bond out, that means I would have sat a whole year incarcerated just to be found not guilty. So things happen for a reason. And it's like, even through that situation, I didn't see the good in it, but I see that God, He's not going to put you through nothing that you can't handle. And I feel like not only did that situation open up my eyes to the woman that I was with, but it opened up my eyes to how fast things can change, man. And it's like, man, I just want to embrace it. I want to embrace it.
It takes 3 or 4 minutes for your whole life to change, man.
What'd you say?
It takes 3 or 4 minutes for your whole life to change. It doesn't take long at all.
Yes, sir. And it's like, and I'm glad that you know, that even you, and you know, the person you are, you try to be proactive in life. You're not trying to be reactive in life. Reactive you know, for the listeners, man, proactive and reactive, it's a difference. You know, proactive, you know, you on top of your game. Reactive, now you got to react to what just happened. And in that situation, I wasn't never reacting. I was trying to be proactive the whole time. And that even came from me discharging even in that situation. They was trying to kill me, man. And it's like, you couldn't be talking to me right now.
Well,
but it's like,
let me say something. It's better to be judged by 12 than to be carried by 6.
Carried by 6. I honestly believe that. And it's like, but at the same time, the reason what I hate about it is most of the time, the people who get into it with another person, most of the time they're the same race. And it's like yeah, we free as a body, but as the mind, we're not free. Like, think about it. Guys out fighting for Jordans, guys out gang banging for colors, and it's just that. But in the third, but just, you know, 70, 80 years ago, people weren't fighting for color. They was fighting for the skin color. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, it's crazy because they close one door and they open up these other doors of mind-boggling, you know, time just for you to waste time. Like, and that's like buying all this jewelry, doing this, doing that, and then they look up. They're not thinking about. See, they put it into our heads for us to only live for the present, and they're not living for the future. So when they 60 years old, 70 years old, they don't spend all their monies in the club. You know what I mean? They ain't steady job. See, now they ain't got, you know, this life insurance. They ain't got this. A lot of these brothers that's passing, these guys getting cremated. These guys doing trust funds and GoFundMes because at the end of the day, they wasn't proactive. They don't have life insurance and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you gotta do it. You gotta do it. But like I said, man, I appreciate, you know, you guys having me on the show and everything, and I feel like this is a good opportunity to let people know, like, you know, no matter what you're going through in life, you know, for one, it can always be worse, and for two, you can always make it through it, man. It's like, and I made it through it, brother, and like I said, I feel like that Stolen Miles Davis movie, that's only a stepping stone. I feel like within this next year or so, you know, I feel like, you know, maybe a couple other opportunities to work out for me that, you know, that I'm doing, you know, another passion in my life. And like I said, my 4 favorite passions in life, I love boxing, I love cooking, I love dealing with kids, and I love, like, you know, I just love, like, being like a type of person who like starts, like, you know, starts a new era in a way. When I say that, like out here in Cincinnati, I like cowboy hats. So, you know, I'm wearing cowboy hats. You know, my friends, they laugh, ha ha, he. The next thing you know, now they got one on. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I just try to, like I said, man, I just try to show people a different way, man, and just show people that you can be different. Nobody's perfect.
Do you,
like
bro?
But
do you?
So how long have you guys been airing?
You're gonna be our 52nd show.
What'd you say?
That's a year. You're gonna be our 52nd show.
Okay.
You
said I got 60 seconds left?
No. You're gonna be our 52nd airing.
Our 52nd? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you're gonna be our year anniversary.
That's great, man. That's great. And you know what's crazy? The day that I found you guys, I was looking for Malzahn Production, whatever. And when I found you guys, man, I mean, that day I was, you know, one thing about depression, like, it may go away for a second, and then one thing, or you may see one thing that'll spark something in your brain that'll make you feel that way. And I was feeling real down that day, man. And it was like, I just wanted to, like.
Hello?
Yeah, I just wanted to, like, you know what I mean, just find just reach out there and just find a different branch to pull up, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like I said, what you guys are doing is great, man. It's like you using your mind, you know what I mean? And you're spreading the word, you're spreading knowledge, man. And I like I said, that's what I like, man. I admire that.
Yeah. Well, you know, just keep the faith, bro. Now, let me give you some advice for that depression. Try you some B-complex vitamins.
Uh-huh.
Try some B-complex vitamins.
Okay.
They help you. What happens is when you're stressed out in life,
Uh-huh.
you lose essential vitamins and minerals out of your body.
Uh-huh.
And the more you lose those vitamins and essential nutrients out of your body, the more stressed you get.
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle. So try some B-complex.
Okay.
GNC has the best out there because I've used it.
Okay.
So just try you some vitamins, bro. This ain't medical. This is just nutritional.
Right.
And because as a fighter, you deplete a lot of your essential vitamins and nutrients constantly working out.
Right.
So if you don't replace them, your body lets you know. And it lets you know through depression.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So go GNC, get you some B-complex. Take 2 the first time. Take 2 the first time, and 1 a day after that. All your problems go away. Well,
yes, sir.
You're
like
able
I said,
to handle it.
I overcame a lot of it, man. Like, honestly, I don't feel the way I feel. Like I was at a point that, like, I wouldn't put my hand out my pocket. You know, I try to eat left-handed, I couldn't do none of that. So, you know, like I said, I came around, but it's like at the same time, like, you know, one day you might just be, you know, just in the daydream or something, just like, and those are the times that it's hard, like, or sometimes, you know, like my nieces will say something like, is your fingers going to grow back or something like that, or they'll, you know, say something like that and it'll make me think, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
other than that, I'm living, man. I'm good, man. Like I said, like I feel like, honestly, like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders throughout this whole situation. I feel like my shoulders are, you know, they're breathing way better now, and it's like I feel like it's a lot of different opportunities out here for me, man, and I really feel like that. And if I keep a positive, you know, positive mind come with positive reactions, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, can you still box, or is that out the question, or what? So with that?
It's not out the question. I've been training. I have no fight like set or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I got to renew my license. So, like I've been training and stuff like that, and I'm trying to get myself. Now you got to get your mind all the way together, you know, if you want to do that. And it's like I said, man, I really want to get back in the ring and everything. But at the same time, I also know, you know, maybe, you know, God may want me to do something else. He may want me to coach kids. He may want me to do this, do that. But I feel like if I stop right now, I feel like if I stop now, I'm going to be saying 10 years from now, oh, I could have did this, I could have did that. So I feel like I might as well just go ahead and see what I can do. You know what I mean? And
right.
Like I said, like, and when I go out, I am going to be wearing Nobody's Perfect and Yako because I feel like that, and I feel like everybody's different. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, they just want to be, you know, this and that, but I feel like they forget that, you know what I mean, that we're not perfect, man. We're not, you know, we're only human. So if I can get out in that ring and change the little kid's mind, because actually a friend of mine, her son was born without, like, no fingers on his whole right hand type thing, right, besides, like, his thumb or something. Or they, like, half fingers or something like that. And, you know, she probably was going through a lot of rough time, and I didn't even know that till she, you know, she had posted a video about him one day. And it's like, you know, I got another friend of mine, her young son, he was like 15, 16, was playing with firecrackers and blew his hand almost all the way off. So it's like, I'm talking to these kids and letting them know, like, man, you can still have personality. A girl still gonna like you. You can still get married. You can still do all of that, man. Like, you can still make babies. It's like, what'd you say?
Still make babies.
Yeah, you can still make babies and everything. Like, all your other body parts still work. Like, you're perfectly fine. So, you know what I mean? Like, and that helped him, though. It really did. Because he's a young guy, man, and he just literally just got basically amputated like I did because he was messing with M80s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, like, you know, it's just life, man. It's life. But like, I feel like my story will help somebody because, like, for me to go through like life-changing events like that so close together, from losing my hand to, I mean, not my hand, losing, you know, a couple amputations and this, and almost losing my life and almost losing my freedom. Like, man, you would wake up and be like, wow, like, and it's like, even though I went through all of that, I still feel like I'm a better person. I still feel like I'm a better man, even though I had that small time, I mean, that, you know, from that little time from March till now, you know, like, I don't feel like all publicity is good publicity. I don't feel like that. And that wasn't good publicity because, like I said, a couple months before that, they used my real name in the movie, let alone seeing my name on a news article or on a news, you know, channel. You know what I mean? So, like, that kind of hurted me. I kind of felt scarred and unbranded from that. But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
okay, bro. You know, sometimes God has a way of moving people out of your life. And that was probably the easiest way to move her out of your life, bro.
Yep, because, honestly, because I'm the type of man, I'll stick it all the way out. So that's how I feel, man. It's like I'm so extreme that he had to do the most extreme thing for me to wake up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
She's a loser.
Yeah.
She gonna see you in that. She gonna see you in that Don Cheadle movie, and she'll be like, "Damn." Can I get your autograph?
right. Yeah, man. And it's like, but you know, even then, man, I kill him with kindness because it's like, even then, man, brother, I get out, everything, and I still, you know, I'm still a father. I'm still, you know, and it's like, she can control what she wants, but, you know, at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, and I'm always going to be the type of stand-up guy, and she's not going to be able to take that from me. You know, the way she hurt me, man, it almost makes, what's that?
You have custody in place?
No, right now, I got to deal with that right now, man. It's like I said, unfortunately, man, like, she's trying to make my life a living hell, and it's like,
that's okay. It's
crazy.
That's what you do. You're going to pay some child support, or depending on the attorney.
I'm going for full custody. I'm doing my full custody thing right now with my lawyers. So.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, it's hard in Ohio for them to take a child away from the mother fully.
Right. So that's why. But I can get joint custody because she has 3 kids. She has 3 kids by 3 different fathers, and her middle father, the child of her other father, actually took her to court, and she actually came with an officer and had a paper saying that he had, you know, custody of his son because she's the type of girl who don't come to court dates. She kept missing the court dates thinking that was going to keep him from prospering and being around his son.
Okay.
And so now he ended up getting joint custody. So, you know, now I'm doing the same thing, and if one kid got joint custody, you know, that's typically.
Yeah. There's a precedent established. So that you and her is an unfit mother. So that's what you think.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's how it is. But you gotta do what you gotta do for your child, man.
Right. But it's like, even then, I got out, and this is what I don't understand, brother. She has a PO, a protection order against me, right? But
they do that. Don't worry about that. That's part of the plan.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it because, listen, I get my daughter from her. I didn't have her number. She texted me, gave me her number. You know, I've been picking my daughter up to her. She's been sending me pictures of my daughter when she's, like, you know, dressed and she's cute or something like that. You know, I just bought my daughter, like, 10 pair of shoes. I sent a picture of the shoes and asked her, you know, which one, you get 4 of them or you get 3 of them, which one you want. You know, so we're doing all this and this and that. And so after my case, a couple days, I wait about a week or so. After, you know, I look online and it says that I'm not guilty and everything, I go to purchase a firearm. But before I went to purchase a firearm, I had applied for these.
Did they take yours from you?
No, they didn't take my. They didn't take my carrying concealed. But what it was after that case, I was found not guilty. I should have been good. I should have been good to go. So when I went to the place where I went to purchase my firearm, I usually typically get a hold for 2 or 3 days, which is normal, so I wasn't tripping. When I came back, I got denied, and I'm like, how did I get denied? So I used to work bingo with, at the gym where I watched that and stuff like that. I know this guy, he was an officer that I used to work with, so I saw him, and I pulled, I pulled up next to his car, and I'm like, hey, man, can you run me? So he ran me, whatever. It pops up that she has a protection order against me. Remind you, I've been out. I done got this girl car fixed. I done, she called me. She needs something. I got her. This whole nine. And it's like she still found it in her soul to go and do that to me, to just make it harder. Like, I popped up criminal when I was, I was filling out an application for apartment complex, And
let me ask you. When did she file it? While you were in jail or after you got out of jail?
Yeah, she filed it. She filed the TPO while I was in jail. And then
okay.
I guess the jail was considered, like a 30, 40-day TPO, temporary. And then she had to go back down there and put a protection order against me. But the whole time I didn't know. Like, I didn't get served properly, so I didn't know. And the thing was, she's contacting me. I'm picking my daughter up through her, all that, the whole nine. She even moved out of the house that we were at and moved to another spot and, text me that address. I'm, dropping my daughter off, picking my daughter up, the whole nine. And when I got ran, they said I had a protection order. So right after I beat my case, right after, the trial was over, I went to Tennessee because what's so crazy is that this how stuff works in life. My grandma, on my father's side, she died. She died a week before I had trial, and her funeral was that Friday that I was in trial, right? So when when the trial was over and everything was what it was, I went out to Tennessee for 2 weeks, and through this situation, she's telling me, "Oh, I'm going to I'm taking it off Monday. This, so you can get out of my life and da 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 da." Come Monday, I looked up and she ain't took it off. Tuesday, she ain't took it off. Wednesday, she ain't took it off. Thursday, she ain't took it off. Friday, you know what I'm doing when I feel like. So I got to pay an additional $1,500 after losing $24,000 dealing with this case. I got to give that to my lawyer for my retainer, and I have to take her to trial. Take her to court. I have to subpoena my neighbors and everything because I haven't been around this girl, man. And it's like, the way she's doing me, it's like she's just trying to make it harder and harder and harder. And it's like, what else can go wrong?
It's a woman scorn, bro. It's a woman scorn. That's it, basically.
Yeah. But I don't understand it because it's like she left me bad. I didn't leave her bad.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. You're young. You don't understand yet. But take this as a lesson in life. Okay? Take this as a lesson in life. Take it as a lesson in life. Because you're going to have other heartbreaks. You're 27. You're young. I wish I was 27 again. I wish I knew at 27 what I know now.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
So what you do is take this as a life lesson. You survived it. Just be there for your daughter. Do what you need to do to take care of your daughter. I went through a similar situation, and I was married. So, but I didn't have no trouble. But
right.
I got 50-50 custody of my daughter. No spousal support. No child support.
Right. That's exactly what I want. I'll take her half the year, and and right now, I'll take her. Right now, she made it so that I get my daughter every 2 weeks for 3 days. I get my daughter every other week, and I keep her for a week, 7 days, 11 days. It don't matter. But I've been there, and I've been there. So as soon as I get back from Tennessee, now all of a sudden I can't see my daughter. Now all of a sudden, she has this in writing that I'm supposed to pick up my daughter through her cousin. This, that, and third. I've been picking up through her. You know what I mean? And it's crazy she's using the system. No, I'm saying I'm not doing it anymore. But I'm saying before I found out that she had a PO on me, I've been picking her up through her. That's what I'm saying. So since I got back from Tennessee, I haven't picked her up. I haven't seen my daughter in a month. You know what I mean? Because I was in Tennessee for 2 weeks, You know what I mean? I've been basically back for almost 2 weeks now.
Well,
And
you need to get a child custody order in place, what establishes what school she goes to, what you're going to be responsible for doing for your daughter financially, what she's going to be responsible financially, and take care of your daughter, bro.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
God's first commandment to us is to be fruitful and multiply. Because anything God says is a commandment. So when He said be fruitful and multiply, He expects you to do that. So you got a daughter, okay? She needs her father in her life. So whatever you need to do to ensure that your daughter is that you are in your daughter's life and your daughter is in your life, you do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And I do, like I said, man. Like I feel like, like I said, man, I feel like this. I feel like the people that you surround yourself with, the people that you admire, or the people that you're only supposed to be kicking it with people that's got the same intentions in life you got. And if they're not trying to, like, and when I say that, I just mean this. Some people, when I say this, I just mean this. Some people are content with their situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I want better, and I want better, but you want to stay here, and I want better, we're not gonna, at one point in time, we're gonna feel like we gotta go separate ways. And it's like, in my case, I'm trying to make it to the top, man. I'm trying to have some residual income. I'm trying to have it to the point that my daughter has, her trust fund set up to the point that she's good. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't feel like as a whole African Americans live like this. I feel like they live for the time being. But a lot of them don't realize that if they would have been saving this and saving that since they was young, then it would be cool. Or if they would have found put their money in a CD and let it just sit there, that they can let their money work for themselves. But they don't do that.
Okay. The best gift you can give your child is a quality education.
Oh yeah.
Give a man a fish. Give a man a fish. For man a fish. Eat pie.
You gotta use your hair. That's cool. I'm going. But yeah, brother, it was nice. It was nice being on the show and everything. I would love to come on again. Right now, I have some affairs I have to take care of. But like I said, brother, I mean, like you inspire me to like keep pushing forward, because just one little shout out to you, and next thing you know, we're talking. It's like just this venting stage helps the next person, and it's like you never know what somebody else is going through. You never know who's listening. You never know, what I mean, the next person's shoes, and it's like, my friends look at me and they feel like I'm Superman. I'm like, brother, I'm not Superman, man. They're like, bro, you smile, you don't care, and this, and you might see a nice looking young lady, you want to talk to her. I'm not about to be scared to talk to that young lady because, I'm amputated.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
Yeah. The best thing to do is go out. The best thing to do is go out, get some trim, and you'll be straight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the best medicine.
Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, like I said, man, I love keeping touch with you guys, man. I feel like you guys are doing something good, and like I said, man, just talking to you just a little bit, man, kind of helped me understand where I was at, and talking about it kind of made me feel like, okay, what's my next move? You know what I mean? So I appreciate that, though.
All right, man. So let's. How can the people, how can they find you? Like, do you have a Twitter? Is it on Facebook? Just go ahead, give a shout out.
Right now, like I said, you can find me on Facebook, Chris Crockett. On Instagram, I am Chris Crockett. And like I said, for you guys who feel like nobody's perfect, for you guys who feel like, everybody's different, shout out to Yayco. That's Yay. It's YAE and then .co. And you can find that online too. You can find it on Facebook. And like I said, man, right now we're trying to just build a brand. And like I said, right now we're just trying to work on, like I said, making a nobody's perfect foundation, for the youth, and build to not just to let them play sports, not just so they can have cleats and basketball and this, but to build so that they can have a future, man. Because it's like, if they see us living for the time being and they want to be in our time. You know, they only living for the time being, and it's like we gotta excel past that. Like, and it's like a lot of people don't see it, but like we walking around like the Walking Dead out here, man, thinking about the wrong things. You know what I mean? Thinking about clothes, thinking about bills, and thinking about money. When at the end of the day, you're supposed to be thinking about family, thinking about the future. You know what I mean? And thinking about, you know what I mean, the perseverance, man. But like I said, me personally, man, it's opened up my eyes to the point that, you know, like I was hitting you guys up thinking that you guys was the production company that I was working with. But when I found out you wasn't, I'm still going to, you know, push forward and all that, because at the end of the day, you know, you ain't no telling, man. You never know who's listening, never know who's watching. Somebody might see that movie and be like, man, he was in here doing his thing for real. He done went through all that this year and that. Where he at now? You know what I mean? It's like, man, I just want to make it, man. I want to make it, man. Like, I want to make it. Some people want to see you do good. They just don't want to see you do gooder than them. And it's like, I see it. Now I see it. But, yeah, like I said, they could find me on, you know, like I said, Chris Crockett. Most of the time, you know, people hide behind certain names. Like, you're going to find me as Chris Crockett because that's who I am. You know what I mean? But definitely keep in touch, and I'll definitely spread the word because, like I said, something like this, you know, just a show like this, man, really helps people, man. It really does. Because it helped me, and I'm supposed to be on the show.
Don't forget to take them vitamins now.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we are at the end of a great episode. But who were our sponsors for this show? Well, we were brought to you by Butch House, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA, Charleston, West Virginia. You can go to advancedbkj.com, sign up, and start learning jiu-jitsu today. We were also brought to you by fitglue.com. That is right. Go there, pick up an axe, buy an axe, tell them that Uncle Bo sent you. And start enjoying your music. Last but definitely not least, brought to you by BoKnowsMusic.com. Go there for all of your piano lessons and just get started. Get started on this journey. Get started on this path. And that's it. We're out.
Peace.
All right. Well, that's it.
You done, man?
Yep.
Okay. You got to go back and work on those taxes?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hey, I know you were sneaking away. That's okay though, bro. I was there.
All right. So yeah, man, I'm gonna hit you outside of this.
Oh, you gonna call me right back?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow, you know? Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go.
What, man?
Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow, you know? Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
If the story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about my dad. My real father didn't know, so I was lucky to have the kind of dad with integrity that knew one day that life ill surely would come for me. And they did. His only blood child was alive on the other side of town. It's hard to know how she felt because she hardly came around. Maybe she was mad at her daddy. He's here with me, not with her where he's supposed to be. Feel me? But daddy had a couple secrets of his own. Working up in them schools, couldn't leave those young girls alone. Now the rumors started catching up. what they say. Said you tried a little something, something. She's in the 5th grade. After job was classic. Used to strength from my mom, but couldn't beat that sexual harassment. I guess it was an addiction of some sort you couldn't shake that kept coming back, eating food off our plates.
Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow? You know. Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow? You know. Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
Now if the story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about school. I used to go every day. That's what my mom made me do. I gotta admit that I was good at first. Then 3rd grade, before you knew it, I became the worst. Who could say I still went every day? But my mind wasn't there. Started falling behind, but really who fucking cared? Not the teacher, she just wanted the kids to greet her. Say good morning, Mrs. Williams, in the afternoon when you leave her. A real bona fide diva. I failed that year, I should have failed the next, but I would have been bigger than the other kids. All of a sudden I'm not like all the other kids. My best friend's moving on, I gotta start again. I see school ain't for me, I just let time pass. The teachers never tried to help, they just let me pass. Only a matter of time before I drop out. Man, they say they need more money, with a cop out.
Shorty's a trapper now. Could he be saved somehow? You know. Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow? You know. Always asking who is to blame. Never asking can my niggas be saved.
If this story was about me, I guess I'd tell you about Keem. He was the man on the block, the black American dream. Fly leather coats and butter Timbs, what he sportin'. Before they even had the streets, he had them Jordans. Remember looking up to him like a big brother. Always had an eye to cash, had to be good with numbers, never pen and paper. Kept everything in his head, a cherry red Benz with no registration. They say you live by the gun, you gon' die by it. And if you laugh in the hood, you gon' cry by it. A real nigga got killed just the other day. Didn't even make the news, but what could they say? A child hero's gone, somebody talked to him. I could see his soul as it walked through him, telling me to stop, turn around and run away before another kid sings a song another day.
Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved somehow? You know. Now he's at the end of the road. My little nigga's got nowhere to go. Shorty's a trapper now. Can he be saved?